The Nissan GTR, or Skyline GTR, is one of the most loved and most infamous Japanese performance cars ever made. But have you ever wondered what cars came before the legendary Godzilla? And how did this beast evolve into the modern GTR we know today? Well, grab your lunchboxers, kids, because we're about to go on a field trip back in time. 1. Prince Skyline GT 1964. Before Nissan and Prince merged in 1966, Prince Motor Company built the Prince Skyline GT in 1964. The Skyline GT was entered into the Japan GP, where it was pushed to the limit against international competition. The 2.0L engine had been extensively tuned to produce around 160 horsepower, and although it didn't win the race, it did finish an impressive 4th overall. And that is why we remember it as the great ancestor of the Skyline performance lineage. 2. First, GTR. Hakasuka, 1969 to 1972. In 1969, Nissan released the Skyline 2000 GTR, known as the Hack. The GTRs were meant to be homologation specials based on the race-winning Skyline. They came in two model variations, the PGC-10 for the coupe and the KPGC-10 for the four-door sedan. Both had the same underpinnings and were powered by the same 2.0 LEN, which produced 160 horsepower. In total, they won over 50 races in Japan during their 3 years of competition. They got the name Hakasuka, which roughly translates to Boxy Skyline. So yeah, not exactly the sexiest nickname. But hey, they earned it. 3. Second GTR, Kinmeri, Skyline GTR, 1973. The second generation GTR, also known as the Kinmeri, came out in 1973. It was based on the KPGC 110. It still had the same S20 engine, but this time it developed 170 horsepower. Due to the oil crisis, Nissan only built around 200 of them. The name Kinmeri comes from the commercials featuring a couple named Ken and Mary, hence the combined name Kinmeri. Yeah, this one doesn't have the best nickname either. But let's move on to No. 4. Number 4, GTR returns R3 to Skyline GT 1989 to 1994. After a long pause, Nissan decided to revive the GTR nameplate in 1989. They had just taken the group a racing championship title, and they wanted to make a road car to celebrate. The new GTR was built on the R32 Skyline platform and featured a new engine, the RB26 DETT A2.6L twin-turbo E. Although the horsepower was rated at around 280, many believe this was actually underrated and that it made closer to 330 horsepower. This GTR would go on to dominate racing, earning itself the nickname Godzilla from the Australian press. 5. R33 Skyline GTR 1995 to 1998. In 1995, the R33 Skyline GTR was released. It was larger and heavier than the R32, but it had improved stability and handling. It was powered by the same RB26 DETT engine, which was essentially the same as before, but more refined. One famous version was the R33 GTR LM, built to homologate the Group LM racing version. They built 13 of these, and each one is numbered. Out of all the Skylines, this may be the least raw racer and more grand, but hey, it's still a beast. 6. R3 4 Skyline GT 1999 to 2002. The R34 Skyline GTR is definitely the most iconic of the Skyline era. It was produced from 1999 to 2002. And during that time, it gained a reputation as being one of the greatest JDM legends ever. Powered by the legendary RB26 DETT, it made around 280 horsepower from the factory, but was capable of making more than 1,000 horsepower safely. This was thanks to the Advanced Multifunction Display, or MFD, which showed live data from the engine to the driver. These cars were featured in several Japanese and American movies like Fast and Furious, and also in several video games like Gran Turismo. Because of this, it has skyrocketed in price and now goes for millions of dollars at auction. 7. Nissan GTR R35 2007 to present. In 2007, Nissan dropped the Skyline name and simply called it the Nissan GTR. The R35 GTR was totally different from the previous models. It featured a 3.8L twin-turbo V6 engine known as the VR3AD, which was hand-built by a single technician. At launch, it made around 480 horsepower, but it has received several updates since then and is now making closer to 600 horsepower in the Nismo version. The transmission is a 6-speed dual-clutch, and the all-wheel drive system has incredible grip. When it first hit the Nürburgring, it shocked Porsche and Ferrari by lapping the track in under 7 minutes. Later, other manufacturers would come out with even faster times, but Nissan held the record for the longest time. The current GTR is still in production and receives continuous updates. But what will the future hold for the R36? Only time will tell. And if you want to learn more about the history of Nissan or any other car brand, then check out the links in the description below. Don't forget to support us. Thanks for watching!